Welcome to Shark Week on Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review SHARKTOPUS vs PTERACUDA.
Directed by Kevin O'Neill, written by Matt Yamashita, starring Robert Carradine and Katie Savoy, SHARKTOPUS vs PTERACUDA is about a scientist who unleashes the deadly Pteracuda, and the only way to stop him is using the deadly forces of SHARKTOPUS. What do we like about this movie, guys?
I liked that we got to see lots of decapitations. The kills, they were there, and they didn't hide from it, which is nice, because in some of these made-for-TV shark movies, they don't show any of the kills. Well, we got them in this.
I think even the sharks were pretty solid looking, when they were killing and when they weren't killing, when they were just swimming around. I thought the CG was like, I mean, it's lower than average, but it's still pretty good for a sci-fi movie.
The fight between SHARKTOPUS and Pteracuda, it was a little more epic than I thought it would be. They went at it a couple times and it was pretty impressive, to be honest. This movie had the this is horrible, so we gotta just laugh at it feel to it. I don't think the jokes hit, but the other parts of just bad acting or stupid scenes just made us laugh. So, I mean, there's the so bad it's good kind of feel. There is probably the greatest cameo I've seen in these shark movies ever, and that's obviously Conan O'Brien. I think he really saved this movie.
For a film that had a lot of antagonists, I actually kind of liked the aquarium owner, like the SeaWorld guy. I mean, out of all the bad guys, he was the most entertaining and funny.
What didn't we like about this movie, guys?
I like kills in shark movies, and I always request them, but I feel they were too frequent in this movie, and they didn't have the impact that I wanted them to have. You just have like a guy jet skiing and his head gets bitten off, or somebody's running down the street, their head gets bitten off. Somebody's walking down the street and out of nowhere he gets slammed against the wall. None of them made any difference. We've seen sci-fi movies do it better than this, like Two-Headed Shark Attack. Their kills were great. In this one, they just weren't.
There was no gravity to anything that was happening. I didn't even feel like the Pteracuda was that much of a threat.
Nothing about this film I cared about, whether it be a character, the story, or the creatures themselves.
Don't think that we're just saying, oh, we needed more depth in SHARKTOPUS, and because we know what movie we're getting into, but they just didn't execute it well at all.
Exactly. So their jokes didn't hit. None of them hit. Like, nothing made us laugh except laughing at how poorly it was done. Even when you create a serious character and then use a one-liner from him, at least we enjoy it more. But there's none of that. It was just we're going through the motion.
That'll do.
I like Robert Carradine. I like him from King of the Nerds. He was also in Revenge of the Nerds, of course. But he is not a bad guy. He is a comedic character who should stay a comedic character because he was not threatening in the slightest. This is the problem. We're not sure where his character was supposed to be.
I just thought he was just an unfunny, undangerous guy. Another thing I wanted to point out was the sound effects and the music just made this movie so cheesy. And not even in a good way. I don't need to hear a huge zipper noise going on.
Yeah, right. All the sound effects were awkward and very loud. We always touch on cinematography, and usually in sci-fi movies they're all right. In this one, it was just terrible. It was all over the place. It seemed like the camera guys just didn't know where to be or how to frame anything. If there's any movement in any shot, then like it's like the guy's just fumbling with the camera half the time because somebody's not in frame. And maybe they were trying to do that to generate some more action in each scene, but it looked like shit.
This wasn't the first SHARKTOPUS movie, so like you figure it would get better, but this just feels like a complete step back from any sci-fi movie for that matter.
Now I know, Trav, you mentioned that you enjoyed the epic fight scene between Pteracuda and SHARKTOPUS. I actually could have used a slowed down version of them facing off. It felt too fast for me. It was like, bam, they're fighting, and now they're gone. Bam, they're fighting again. And that's it.
It's the problem when you're trying to like crank out movie after movie and it's a complete CG scene.
Yeah.
It's budget constraints. I'll be honest, I thought they faced off a lot more than I thought they would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was pleasantly surprised, because I thought maybe they would just kind of butt heads and then get harpooned or something. It's time for our final thoughts and ratings.
This movie wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It's been recommended 1,000 times on the channel. Maybe it built up the hype too much. I just wasn't as involved in the story or the characters as I wanted to be, and I didn't really care about Sharktopus or Pteracuda, and that's a big problem in a movie called Sharktopus vs. Pteracuda. I just thought the cinematography was sloppy, the kills were too frequent but poorly done, and just in general it was a mess. So I'm gonna give this 2 baby Sharktopus out of 5.
I didn't care about anyone or anything in this movie. I didn't resonate with any character. I didn't think that the Sharktopus or the Pteracuda was that cool, to be honest. From far away, the Pteracuda just looked like a bird. I think that Conan O'Brien really edged it out from being the worst movie ever to at least having me laugh a little bit. There are better shark movies out there. I don't think I would recommend this one over any of the other ones. So I'm gonna give this 1.5 bitch slaps to the Sharktopus face out of 5.
For a sci-fi movie, you kind of have that expectation as to what you're getting yourself into. It didn't deliver. It fell flat, not just because it was cheesy, it fell flat because the characters were weak, the story was weak. If you like watching a bunch of decapitations, you're gonna love this film. But other than that, it really is just kind of boring and you're just waiting for it to be over. So that being said, I'm gonna give this film 1.5 Conan O'Brien heads used as volleyballs out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching, and thank you for watching Shark Week. This is going to be the final review of the week, and thank you, because it's been a blast. It's always fun to just watch a bunch of shark movies. Though, closer to the end, they start to blend together in the murky water that is Shark Week. It's not as sharktacular as we want it to be sometimes. Thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because we do reviews of other horror movies, and we also play games of What Would You Do, which you can check out the What Would You Do for this episode right now.